Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Ryan McKee, and this is a new perspective. This channel is to bring awareness and enlightenment to the unseen, tackling the real issues, breaking through mental barrier to discover, unlock, and understand your propensity, to create passion that will spark desire to build from the inside out. Now, today's episode is one of my favorites because if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be here. Honestly, I would not be here. Self love. Self love. I don't really need to go too much into defining self love. It already defines itself. Now, self love. What it could be multiple things for people. It could be working out. It could just be doing what you love. It could be pampering yourself. It could be detoxing, detaching from things or certain people or certain environments, anything. Anything to bring you inner peace is considered self-love. Okay? Um, well, you know, it's certain ways where those self-love can become destructive, but we're worrying about the, constructive rather than the destructive part of self-love. You know, a lot of people think, self love is drugs, and I love myself, so I want to get high. Now, it might seem crazy to people, but that's what they consider self love. That's a destructive way, but to them, that's what it is. But we're talking about self love. So self love is, love that feeds your soul. Like I said, it gives you inner peace. Not a temporary high, not temporary bliss, where as though you get that spark, that feeling, that rush, and then before you know it, it's gone. That's not self love. That's just, that's just an attachment, just to keep it cool until something else happens. You know, the thing with self love, the practice of it, the repetition of it, it become more natural to the point where as though you start to feel it more. It stick with you longer. But you just have to find it. So understanding self love is well, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my journey. And this ties into our first segment talking about it, understanding neglect. Once again, drinking, smoking, partying, whatever. You know, that's just sometimes we do that, and there's nothing wrong with indulging here and there. But do things in moderation. Because with me, I wasn't. I wasn't. I was. I was out here, plain and simple. I was out here, and it was becoming destructive. So, what I had to learn to do is replace those habits with habits that are constructive for me. Read and meditate and stuff like that. So, to understand self love, you have to understand neglect. Neglect to your health, neglect to your mental, your body, everything about you, your spirituality, your emotions. Any form of neglect is the opposite of self love. So if you don't understand neglect, you're not going to understand self love. You know? Um, it's something that you need help. Some people are in denial. I know I was in denial for a while, and then sometimes it's not even being in denial. It's just that we could be in that mindset for so long that even when people trying to help us, we don't even understand what that is. We don't. Sometimes we push it away. What you talking about? Come on with that love and all that you trying to give me. Like, what type time you on? We flag it off, and a lot of times we become defensive because it's like, what you mean? You trying to tell me how to love myself? I'm already loving myself, man. Pass me the bottle. I get it, but when it becomes destructive, is when it becomes excessive. When you assess in the wrong behaviors, that could be detrimental for you. So what I want to say is that in order, also with self love, in order to receive the love that you really want to receive, you have to treat yourself how you want to be treated. You know, you can't just think like, okay, well, like I'm good, and like I'm gonna just keep doing it like this, and then you know what I mean, or how they do it, with this cliche for female romantic kind, God gonna send me a man, or God gonna make a way and all that. Yeah, yeah, but you got to see how you treat yourself as well, because you attract who you are in the inside, not who you think you are. Most of the time, is what's inside. It's what you tell yourself. That's why self talk is a form of self love. If it's constructive. If you telling yourself, "Oh, I can't do it. I won't make it. Man, I'm a loser. I can't." That's destructive. But if you telling yourself, "Man, I'm strong. Man, I'm handsome. Man, I can get the job done. You know what I mean? I'm good." That's different. That's constructive. You see the difference? So it's like, you kind of want to be mindful of what you tell yourself and what you think of yourself. Your self image. Image is, your self image is very, very important. So you want to be careful of, your small talk that you tell yourself and your doubtfulness, because when you doubt, that just the spirit of doubt lingers. Doubt lingers. That's why a lot of us go into depression, because you know sometimes that doubt can fester into something very, very serious, and sometimes we can't get out of it, and like I said, we put ourselves in a mental prison. And sometimes we don't get out of that mental prison. And so mental prison, with that, it's like, it's funny, the thing about a mental prison and a physical prison. With a mental prison, you actually had the key. You just had to find it. A lot of us don't know where to look. A lot of us know where to look and don't want to look right now. A lot of us, that's why I said, when you go through the acceptance and the reflective stage, I talked about that last episode. The accepting phase, accepting, it is what it is, and then the reflective stage. So when you come into terms with that, then you will embody, you'll know what to do from there. But when you start to hesitate and you start to procrastinate, or you feel as though you don't need nobody help, I love myself, get away from me with all that bubbly stuff, that's when it becomes destructive. So you want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of your body. You want to take care of your mind, your emotions, your mental, all that. All that. It might take time. It's none of this stuff is overnight. But with repetition, it can work. Another form of self love is discipline. Like I said, a couple episodes back, it was hard for me to get the essence of discipline, what that is. I didn't grow up having discipline, having the structure, having something to, stick to and follow. I gained it over time, through experiences and stuff like that. But discipline is definitely the strongest force of self love, because without discipline, the mind is scattered, very scattered. You ever seen the Etch sketch? I'm 90. I'm 92. I'm 90 baby. Etch sketch, when you could barely kind of get a straight line on it. You know what I'm saying? Get all the swigglies and all that. Yeah, exactly. That's how your brain is when it's racing, and it's here and it's near. You know what I'm saying? It's not at a good point, because it's not clear. It's all over the place. And sometimes we gotta, like, scatter around before we find out what we're really looking for, and that is the journey of self love. So I encourage everyone to, no matter where you're at in your journey, even if you're just starting off, just be consistent in self love. You'll see results. Trust me. Trust me, you'll definitely see results. Like I said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for self love, because it was a time where though I was very destructive in self love. You know what I'm saying? And it happens. You know, we go through things, you know what I mean? We fall down, we pick ourselves back up, we reevaluate. Some of us, we repeat a lot of lessons, and some of us, you know, we get it. And some of us is longer, you know what I mean? Don't judge no man for the race that he's running. I'm going to say it again. Don't judge no man or woman for the race he or she is running. It's not your race. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know how they see things. So just encourage people just as well as you have been encouraged either through you or your mentor or your counselor, self-love. So, with that being said, spread love. Stay tuned.